Do you like Ben 10?
Of course you do. Why else would you be watching this?
Well, have I got news for you. U2's has released these beautiful vinyls of Heat Blast and the OG Omnitrix.
This is U2's second officially licensed collab with Ben 10.
And the first one was pretty good, right, Rob?
Yeah.
Great! WB liked them too, which is why later this year, you're going to be seeing U2's of Regular Show, Dexter's Lab, Ed, Ed, and Eddie, and even Smiling Friends. I like green! But act fast, friends. These beautiful figures are only up and available till 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on October 17th, and then they'll be gone forever!
You really gonna let Vilgax take your Omnitrix, bro? Really?
But remember what I said earlier? We can help you get them cheaper. Just use the code 5 years later at checkout and boom, 5% off, baby.
And if you prefer links over codes, we got one down in the description. U2s.com/5 years later.
Hey everyone, Kuro the Artist here, and welcome back to another Ben 10 breakdown. It's been a few months since the last breakdown, and I bet you're wondering what we've been up to. So stick around after the intro for a hefty pack of updates. But first, we did it, gang. We finally made it to the infamous trio of episodes that the Galactic Monsters rebranding was made for. And so far, I'm still confused why they did this. Anytime Ben 10 rebranded itself, it was to indicate it was a new show. But for season 5 of this show, Ben 10 Omniverse became Ben 10 Galactic Monsters. It got a new theme song with new visuals, a ton of special marketing, a new monster alien, multiple episodes taking place in the Unner system, and there was a toy line also in the works, but it never got released. And there's a whole story behind that too. But still, why did this happen? While these episodes are monster themed, they're not actually Halloween specials, contrary to popular belief. They didn't even air anywhere near Halloween either, and I imagine this wasn't an accident due to all the aforementioned marketing. I guess it could be because the original monster trio were some of Classic's most popular characters, but their episodes had even less of a Halloween feel. We've kind of just put the Halloween influence on it ourselves as fans, but these aren't Halloween episodes, and the Omniverse ones barely have any ties to those episodes either. Zeke's relationship with Ben's watch is practically non-existent aside from a throwaway line. Dr. Victor is treated like a new character, the OG Mummy and Wolf are replaced by Shaggy and Scooby, and basically everything we used to know about the Unner system has been retconned. Don't get me wrong, I'm not criticizing the episodes themselves here. I'm questioning why this whole Galactic Monsters thing was done in the first place. The more you think about it, it seems like a random and baseless decision. Even if we were gonna go visit Unner, why make a whole new theme song and stretch it over the season, even to the episodes that have nothing to do with the storyline? Ben 10 has never gone this hard in the marketing for any other season or storyline, so they chose to shine a spotlight on this, and I want to get a better view. I'm gonna be real with y'all, I also have my own bias against these episodes, but not even for what they are. Longtime viewers know of our animated mockumentary series and beyond, and our first major episode in the storyline was visiting the Unner system. When we made that episode, Ash and I probably watched these episodes more than any other episode of the show to study up, and by the end, I was downright sick of them. And I mean sick of them. I haven't seen these episodes in almost 5 years, and I've practically forced myself to forget them. Even thinking about watching them brings chills up my spine. Pun intended. So if I'm really gonna have to sit here and go through them one more time, I'm not gonna do it alone. If I'm dressed up as Ben, that can only mean one thing.
This is the Hayato Lord zs'skayr, wanting to wish all of our viewers like you a happy Halloween! But be warned, I'll be back. I always come back.
Anyway, about those updates. We've been pretty busy. First, my personal favorite exciting news. We're gonna be launching some Inktank trading cards this December. For the last month of the year, you can start collecting over 200 unique cards featuring our original artwork from the past few years of projects. There's different types of rarities, some of them have holographic effects, golden cards, there's special location cards. You can even find ones that are hand-signed by us. It's a pretty good spread. The boxes contain 8 packs of 7, giving you 56 cards per purchase. We went back and cleaned up a lot of our older artwork for this too, and there's some pretty surprising cards. Some of them will even have to do with the final episodes of 5YL, which aren't even out yet. And when are those coming out, by the way? Well, episode 12 of 5YL is dropping this November 8th, and episode 13 is coming out in December. Episode 14 will be coming next year, that's the finale, but you're gonna get 2 jam-packed episodes to close the year off with, and making those is what took the majority of our time during our hiatus. I'm dying to share them with y'all. The wait is super gonna be worth it. But the fun doesn't stop there. When the full Fuel Tank came to visit back in August. We shot a couple of fun videos, like making every single Mr. Smoothie flavor in real life, a video we've been teasing for around 3 years now, and another trivia competition too, which has a few twists. Gotta shake things up, you know? These will also be releasing later, but you can see behind the scenes and a recap of our whole trip over on the Rust Bucket right now for free, link down below. Now let's hop through the multiverse to the graphic novel continuity of Danny Phantom, as I was blessed with an advanced copy of Fair Game, the sequel to A Glitch in Time, which will be coming out November 4th. I'll be interviewing the author next week, so if you have any questions or comments, lay them on me. And let me tell you, this was a really fun read. I got a couple collabs coming up later this year. The most recent one that's actually out is this giant collab where me and a couple other YouTubers are reviewing every single Adult Swim game ever made. You can view that link down below as well. And of course, Kellett and I are still streaming every Tuesday at 2 p.m. EST, right here on YouTube and on Twitch. On March 22nd, 2014, Jonathan Callan gave us the episode Rad Monster Party. The gang crash land on Anar Transil, where the aliens treat them like the very same monsters we've been viewing them this whole time. This was orchestrated by zs'skayr for his grand plan to return home and reclaim his title as the High Ecto Lord.
Because I knew when I did it, my eyes would be at where his mouth is. If I flip it around like how he is in Omniverse, I won't be able to see out of it.
Still pretty neat.
Thank you.
Let's do this. All right, already a classic frame one pause. The spider webbings throughout the Anar system, I've always loved. It's one of those things, it doesn't make any sense, but I'm willing to excuse it just for the aesthetics.
It is a super cool aesthetic.
Planets are caught within the rope. Do you think these are naturally occurring, or some type of species is going around?
In show, they would go with the more natural route, just never would actually explain it. There isn't a giant spider just roaming around the Anar system, you know?
Maybe not anymore.
Your blood, monkey.
Wow.
I love how this opens because we're jumping right into it. We didn't need to see them get the mission, pack up, get ready to go. This one thing establishes they're already on some type of quest. The fact they're sitting around playing cards implies it's been a long time. There's a lot of establishment already just by jumping right in. It's similar to why is this whole season called Galactic Monsters? Why is this episode named after Rad? I don't remember him being like a big part of it.
I don't think Rad Monster Party is a reference to anything, whereas the Vampire Strikes Back is. The other one's Charmed, I'm sure. The fact that it's a plot to Charmcaster. I feel like they probably just wrote this episode and then we're like, oh yeah, Rad's in it.
That way all 3 episodes have a character name in it. It just seems like if you were gonna name an episode around someone, they would be the spotlight character.
Ooh, I don't like this.
You do not like anything.
I always forget he's voiced by Steve Bloom, one of his most different roles.
That's good cast pairing, though. They need Steve for zs'skayr, so pretty smart to have Hobble in this, too.
Quickest way to reach the plumber rim outpost in this sector of the galaxy.
That was a weird line read. Plumber rim outpost.
It is the quickest way to reach the plumber rim outpost in this sector.
Could have done another take on that.
What about the monsters? Especially love to eat little bugs.
I think it's interesting that Hobble is also afraid of the Anar system. So it's not just the standard humans versus aliens, which we're very used to in Ben 10. Because Hobble's an alien too. It's the fact that the Anar system specifically is freaky. I find that fascinating.
Makes you question standards of beauty and stuff like that too. You got people like Patelidae walking around that have like exposed sharp-ass teeth. You're just around him all day. Oh, there's a ghost guy. Oh, there's a guy that's just covered in bandages. That's scary. In universe, it should be described more so in the sense of the reputation of the Anar system. Making it scary makes more sense to me than just being, it has monsters.
I'm curious to how this plays out. I've been avoiding this episode ever since we did the And Beyond, so it's been a bit since I've seen it.
Not to worry.
Captain Dudesman, the only pilot brave enough to have ever flown through the system.
So he's been here before. What do you think he was here for?
It's gotta be some shady shit.
I've even made deliveries here.
Oh, okay, well there we go. If I just waited one more second.
Brace yourself.
I love this planet design so much.
Yeah.
If you couldn't tell from the And Beyond episode how much detail I put in the landscapes, Anar Transil is my favorite aesthetic of, like, world.
I want to get into it when we can see the city better, but I have a lot to say about this, and I'm sure you do too. Oh yeah, Victor! If you didn't see the other series, there's no connection here. We've never seen Victor in Omniverse yet. No clue what this is, but it still builds good mystery.
Gonna make you scream on the night of Halloween, Ben 10.
Really?
There we go, like this. Fantastic artwork. This whole episode's gonna be flooded, especially when we get to the city streets. So Anar Transil is very frustrating to me because it looks so cool. It's gorgeous, but the logical science part of me that made me love Ben 10 in the first place, this goes against like everything. So I feel like I'm being teased right now. Like how far are you willing to suspend your disbelief for the sake of cool looking shit?
That's the thing that I love with Omniverse. Sometimes they do push like aesthetic stuff too much and it doesn't work. Like later on when we see Victor and he's like a big old nutcracker man, I don't like that. This is like right on the edge. They just wanted to do an interesting concept. Does it make sense? Not fully. At the same time, there's that little device in the center, so you gotta assume it's somehow keeping the planet together. And this planet is so cool looking to me.
No, for sure. Like the stitching the actual plates together is the perfect example of that. It's super cool, but also like, what? Did they build those across the oceans? Did a giant machine literally staple the planet together? It's, I don't know. It's fascinating though. To be fair, we are on season 5 of Omniverse. They've well established this is that kind of show, so I'm willing to let it go. But gosh, if something like this showed up like in the classic series or something, I'd probably have a much harder time accepting it. They crashed right in the middle. Squids are very big in like the Cthulhu Lovecraftian aesthetics. We had a lot of that on Gwen's campus. Now we're tying that together with Anur as well.
The variable G offset modulator is completely shut.
So what? Go to the nearest variable G offset modulators R Us and pick one up?
You can say that, but you can't say an Ilarg.
Nearest plumber ship. Vilgaxian neutral zone.
Yo!
Yeah.
I forgot about that, Kim.
Yeah, so this is voiced by Michael Dorn as a reference to 2 of his famous characters. He was in Star Trek, and he was also I Am Weasel. So this is like a combination of both of those characters. A small note just for you and me. This episode was written by Jonathan Callan, and the last episode he wrote was Tummy Trouble, which you were also here for.
Continuity. Oh, see, this is the writer that I like then, because I like the like goofy episode.
Plumber assistants cannot get to us for several weeks at best.
I know they're here for a couple days at least. Probably the actual travel to the inner system.
Rook's also missing the crease on his little pocket, whatever this is. He's missing a line there.
If Anor Transil would let the plumbers have a base here.
The citizens of Anor Transil that don't want the plumbers here. It's not the other way around. So I guess the plumbers want to reach out and connect themselves. So I feel like maybe the Anor Transil is also influencing their keep off my lawn sort of perspective the universe has on them. It's a bit self-imposed as well.
One plumber was recently stationed. He was the first Loboan to ever become a plumber. We were at the Plumber Academy together.
Rook has been to the Plumbers Academy with Scout, and he also mentioned the Vreedles. I'd love to see like a class photo of Rook at the Plumbers Academy and see like all the people who was in his class. I bet you Tack was in there.
Part of me always forgets there's like not a lot of time between UAF. In that episode where Ben, Gwen, and Kevin go for training, they could have ran into Rook.
Yeah, right?
It's only a couple months between. It feels like at least a year or 2.
There's definitely enough things that happened.
He felt it was his mission to prepare his homeworld into the Plumbers Union.
This is a really cool backstory. This makes me want to have more Scout. I know Rad and Hobble add a lot to this episode in terms of diverse characterization, but I feel like setting up this cool character Scout and then having Ben, Rook, Hobble, and Rad to focus on in addition to a new character, it eats up the potential we could have had with Scout.
Hobble gets scared, and that's like the majority of what his character is he's the coward in the group on the scary planet. As much as I love Hobble, they're introducing this new character as well. It's a lot to balance, especially too because we have zs'skayr in this, and then later on Lord Transil, as well as Victor and everything else. Too many characters.
There's a chance his ship will have the part we need. You mean we have to go out there?
Hobble's how I feel when I've been editing for days straight and I have to go outside. Lightning without rain clouds or rain. There's just lightning everywhere.
Makes sense with all the living Tesla coils on the planet.
There's just a bunch of drunk Transilians on a roof like, watch this! So the designs alone on all of these characters. Omniverse is already fantastic when you meet a bunch of different characters of the same species, the Tetramans, the Gormans, the Kraho. Not only did they have to do that for the Transilians, but they did this for 4 different species. Loboans, Deptkufans, Transilians, and Ectonurites. So that's literally 4 times the amount of extra effort on top of the extra effort they already do. It's insane just for these 3 episodes.
Seeing the work they also put into like Undertown too, I kind of get it. It feels like the Undertown of the Anor system.
What impresses me even more than Undertown is Undertown, the designs are incredible and diverse, but here it's like you have to have the same character, like the same qualities, and make those diverse within itself, and then do that with 4 designs. It's nuts. Now, again, like this, I might get into it later, because I know we just started this episode. I feel the same way about some of these designs as I do about the planet, where there's the artist in me that loves it, and then also like, why is this Ectonurite literally have a noose hanging around his neck? Did he put that there? Like, what? Yeah, it's...
What are you talking about? That's a scarf.
Awesome! Monster! Monster! Definitely a monster! Too cool!
Ben.
This reminds me of when people from different cultures go and visit other cultures and they start touching people's hair and everything, be like, oh wow, it feels so different than my hair. Or like they'll just start like sizing you up.
That's not cool, Ben. I also love Halloween and like monster designs and stuff. But also, Ben, you live in an area that has aliens and stuff everywhere. Calling these people monsters, whenever you even turn into them, kind of fucked up, you know?
Yeah, I can see a small saving grace in the fact that he's doing it in his mind positively, like he's amused by them. But at the same time, it really feels like it goes against a lot of like what he's built his reputation on and represents. Small note, I think this guy is my favorite with the bulky arms popping out.
The little like Pinocchio man.
Love that. The designs in isolation are phenomenal, but the fact that they exist in universe and also Ben's reaction to them, it's asking a lot of me to just let this go.
Horrible fleshy monster!
Flesh eating specifically, that's you gotta have some type of notion to want to say that. Do you think humans eat flesh?
Thing. This is just a regular everyday dude. He might not even know aliens exist, and then they just landed and start going up yelling at you and everything.
Yeah, that's gotta be a bit freaky.
Just imagine like you're getting in your car to go to the grocery store and a Wendigo comes up and it's like, oh my god, you look so cool, and then runs away.
Is that O.R.Ash from the ink tank?
No, it's zs'skayr.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Monster!
Wait, me?
Stick close.
Here, we are the monsters.
That includes Rook too. Anybody not from Anor Transil, because he's not just saying humans. It's a big divide. It's like in their perspective, it's Anor Transil versus the rest of the universe.
We keep a low profile while we are here.
Brad Dudesman's been to Detroit.
I put my size 10s in all kinds of alien shoes.
Oh, is that a joke or is Ben really a size 10?
I put my size 10s in all kinds of alien shoes.
I'd believe it. He looks like he could be a size 10, but also what a freaking coincidence.
How tall is Ben?
I imagine him 5'8". I don't know if that was official or not, but it's in my head he's 5'8".
I don't think Ben is taller than me. I'm 5'6". I feel like he would be like 5'6" or shorter. Because he's a scrawny little guy. Looking proportionately at his body, it looks like he's got size 10.
Yeah, he's got some big-ass feet there.
Stranger in a strange land thing? I've lived it. Those guys are actually monsters.
That he's doubling down on it now. There's just part of me that doesn't feel like this makes sense. Like, I really do get where he's coming from. There's been a lot of moments where it seems like he would know better.
You're a monster?
Actually, I'm like 10 monsters.
Cool.
Cool? Like for real?
Is he like walking that one? Yeah. Oh, he's holding on to their
They're
tail.
holding hands. They're dating.
Oh, okay. All right. Respect.
I love the juxtaposition of they're really monsters, and then it's them just walking down the street holding hands.
We have a long walk ahead of us.
It's like a mile.
And law enforcement operative.
I like how you could actually see Dirt Rook's hands when he smacks them.
It would behoove you to do the same.
Stop using made-up words. Behoove.
This is one of those times where Ben is just extra dopey for no reason.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
Good frame. Good frame.
Of this
yeah, I'm screenshotting that.
Ben being stupid sometimes to me is fine. It's literally is doing the that's funny.
It's pushing.
Does he have a concussion from the crash?
I need to go to the little aliens room.
Why don't they have contingencies for the bathroom built into the plumber suits?
Why don't they have diapers in the plumber suits?
I mean, not a diaper, but
That's what they use for astronauts, Rob. It's the same thing.
Okay, then sure, yeah.
Yeah, and don't... Wow, he's fast.
No, he is not.
Rook's like, I know this fucker.
Don't get it twisted, Ben. He's not that good. Somehow he's on the Alpha Squad, but he's not fast. In fact, he's dangerously slow.
Perhaps one of us should follow Hobble back to the ship.
So did you hear that whole conversation and just let him go off first, Rook? Ben didn't fill him in at all. He was like, oh, I heard all that. I just waited until there's nothing I could do about it to interject.
Let the little red shirt handle his mission in peace.
So Ben knows he's fine.
Okay, they got to have heard that, though. Like, they're literally still in frame when this is happening, and that's loud as shit.
That's a great rap animation.
Come on. I feel like more of a shot composition sort of thing where like this could work, but the fact that we're seeing all of this in one shot, if anything, give me a camera angle change and make it seem like there's no way they could be aware of it.
That Hobble and Rook have mysteriously disappeared?
This floor is definitely perspective warped. I've actually started doing a lot of this kind of stuff in 5YL, which you'll see in episodes 12 and 13, little plug there.
That Hobble and Rook have mysteriously disappeared?
You don't seem concerned.
This is just a padding one, though. You can kind of tell by like how the squares stretch across the screen. Even if you don't know how they achieve it, you can still kind of tell there's a semblance of like a 3D element versus the immediate next shot where the squares are flat and just drifting away.
I've seen the way this goes. Some creature picks us off one by one. It's a monster movie trope, dude.
Okay, say, I'm kind of glad that I haven't seen this in a while so I could be surprised, but some of the stuff I probably wouldn't say if I remembered how this went. But this also changes my perspective a bit. So Ben probably knows Hobble and Rook got kidnapped, and I'm assuming he just trusts their skill enough to take care of himself.
Oh no, he's using them as bait.
Yeah, right?
I want to fight someone already. Let's do this.
They're plumbers, alpha plumbers to be exact, or at least Hobble is, so like, I kinda get it.
Terrible forces are amassing against us, even as we speak.
At least I can say this is kind of consistent. He was acting a little bit like this in Zombozo This Way Comes.
Let me guess, he's in there? You're slacking off, Zombozo!
Help me out a little here. You are a very bad sport.
You fight me, I fight you. One of us goes home happy. You have done this before, right?
He is like this sometimes. It just feels a little weird using his friends as bait, and I assume he didn't tell them. It could be considered tactical. It's not like he's doing it to innocent civilians. They are plumbers.
Rad, cue the monster reveal.
Ooh, God, even if he saw that coming, he gets slammed into the freaking trash cans.
Yeah, that hurt.
Meet your doom!
Holy shit, that was fast as fuck. Ben Mummy's bandages were pretty strong too. They ripped off that grate in Ken 10, but you just wouldn't expect it from like this character.
That was a really cool perspective shot. I love
this. Would be good for like a redraw or something.
You can do better than that.
No ring. Wildvine. I don't know why I'm surprised to see Wildvine. That's a pretty good morph.
His head went into his stomach.
Oh yeah, it did. It got sucked into his stomach and then pops up right here. I saw a similar transformation where he was turning into Upgrade and Ben's head flops backward while Upgrade's head flops forward, like the rotating. That's neat. Oh, so it's like Vine versus Vine. I get it now. Oh, he's Bumper Robinson. I feel like everyone assumed he was the Omniverse take on the LeBeowan from the classic series, which it might seem like a stretch at first, but then you look at Dr. Victor, and it's like, okay, yeah, they're not afraid to be super different.
I was gonna say, we see the mummy and the wolf die in the original series.
Yeah, I'm not so sure the mummy died, because Victor also went through that portal, and he's here right now. The LeBeowan, on the other hand... yeah, he's probably gone.
Oh no, my friends died. Let me go get their brothers.
Yeah. To be clear, I don't believe this is the same wolf or the mummy, but just for a semblance of devil's advocate, characters have died in previous Ben 10 shows, brought back for seemingly no reason. There's also like Jennifer Nocturne went through that whole transformation in her last episode, as well as Captain Nemesis, and then they both show up in this show. Like that episode didn't even happen, so I would have believed if they just ignored their death and said this is the same LeBeowan, but I don't think so. I think this is just a new dude.
Master.
There you are. Welcome back to the show, Zeke. It's been a bit.
Give me.
Look, Gary, there I am. I'm back. I always come back.
You can tell this design was created with the intention of the hood and the upside down for zs'skayr, but technically right side up. But here they're introducing him without the hood and the head, how we're familiar with. It does look a little funky. I'm still a much bigger fan of the weird upside down mouth on the top, eye on the bottom head. I'm not sure how I feel about it in Omniverse.
Part of the issue with the head, so that they can do the flip, the part with the eye is at where it connects to the neck, and it makes it seem like the jaw is up too high, and it makes a weird silhouette to it. The original series, the jaw section is where it connects to the torso, and the part with the eye hangs down, and that silhouette looks a lot better.
The axis is at the mouth in the original series. That's a very good observation.
No.
Just takes his skin off like a kangaroo pouch. In universe, it is kind of weird that he waited till this moment to do this, but I do like for the audience, they're showing you on screen that the decision to rotate his head and his hood is like a character thing. He didn't just show up looking like that.
Scrooge-o, my loyal subject.
His name being a reference to the Stephen King novel.
Him calling him his loyal subject. zs'skayr is the High Ecto Lord, which doesn't seem like that really has anything to do with a hierarchy. Calling him his loyal subject, and the fact of having the original series monsters following him as well, it makes it feel more valid that the High Ecto Lord title...
I'm a big political figure. These people follow me.
I'm also wondering if he even has any power here. True political power? Is he the self-proclaimed Ecto Lord? Do people listen to him? Does he write laws for this planet? We never actually see him be like a king, for example. What does High Ecto Lord mean? I think he's just playing house. Even in Alien Force, when he had all of those Ecto Neurites following him, he made those Ecto Neurites. they were possessed Vilgaxians. So like, aside from his small crew in Classic and Omniverse, is he even really any type of substantial political figure?
This whole arc is called the Galactic Monsters, and the first handful of episodes have nothing to do with this 3-part special. Have this be the first episode of the season, and then the whole rest of the season is them just bouncing around the inner system.
We can even have, like, instead of Victor following zs'skayr, after their original encounter in Classic, Victor tries to take over and have power, and all these planets warring for powers. The High Ectolords versus the Transillians versus the Loboans, and make it this giant, like, freaking galactic monsters showdown. But instead we get Animo Crackers. No, Animo Crackers I didn't have that much of a problem
That's a
with.
fun episode, but it's not a Galactic Monsters episode.
Right.
There's still 3 more seasons. They could have put Animo Crackers as an episode in.
I'm a big Bill Gax fan now. Like, that episode really swooned me, so I can't just easily be like, get rid of Vengeance's mind. Side tangent, someone at a con wanted me to draw them a Bill Gax, and then they went and got it signed by Steve Bloom. And somehow I didn't include that in my Vengeance's mind review. That's like literally perfect for that. But shout outs, thank you for that. Really cool gift.
You are about to free the precious cargo.
Not really the submitting type.
He's throwing chunks of concrete. And Wildvine is freaking atomizing them just by smacking them.
Disrupt my master's plan.
He's Cthulhu. Cthulhu? I don't think they ever say it out loud. They use Cthulhu references a lot, but inconsistently. The whole Dagon and Vilgax plot from UAF, they're taking the mythology and adapting it to Ben 10. But then they got references directly in Omniverse as if it's like a fictional piece of media you can read in the show. But here they have a character named Cthulhu.
Oh my god, it's the meme! Hey, look, it's the meme pose! Oh my god, the meme!
That freaky plant guy is beating up an innocent mummy!
So they call them mummies here?
Yeah, true. They have the word mummy all the way out here. I can speak on the parallels of what this scene is, but I'm pretty sure it's clear as day.
You started it!
Of all the things he's been through, these stairs are what gets him. It's not like he dropped 25 feet from the ceiling of the perplexohedron before.
Leg cramp.
So this is the freaking moon that they always use, except colored purple.
Luna Lobo. That's Luna Lobo.
Oh. This moon has survived different shows. It survived different art styles. In universe, different galaxies. The moon will always look like this.
It is the Easter egg.
What's crazy is I'd probably do the same thing too.
You do with portals in 5YL all the time. 5YL and beyond.
I drew one portal for Ben 10 Illustrated. It is the only portal I use in any project, no matter what art style. So yeah, I get it. It's fascinating to me. I don't know.
Now he's making fun of us!
Where getting this rotten fruit from? It's just on the ground?
They just got it in there. This is what they eat.
Is that a banana with like...
This is pushing it. This is big. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm over it.
That's a doohickey.
I'm over
That's not a banana. That's a doohickey.
This is a doohickey. Do they eat these things? Or do they... I don't know. These eggs are already cracked. I'll applaud them. These are very detailed little things that just fly by on screen.
Is that a potato with a smile?
A Band-Aid? I can't get lost too much in the logic of this episode or I'll drive myself crazy. See, look, it's so much the same moon that when they blow it up, it's still the original resolution. Look at the quality of this moon compared to like everything else.
It's Rapunzel.
That's good. That's good. I like that. Now we're somewhere else. There should have been like a buffer scene in between. We cut back to Rook just for a second, see what he's up to. This whole thing is a big reference to Frankenstein. The girl comes up to him with the flower, except now she's the Frankenstein and he's human.
Even still gets thrown in the river. I love that.
The reflection of the moon even gets affected by the splash of the water.
What was that rope attached to?
The same thing that the spider webs are.
Okay.
I'm on your side here.
You can definitely tell that's
yeah,
rad. I do love Scout's design. It's a little bit different.
I like the idea of LeBeau and Plumber. I think it looks pretty cool.
Scout, you must be Ben. We need to get you off the street.
So if he was in the same class as Rook, he's probably around the same age as Rook, and Rook was stated to be a couple years older than Ben. So he's a relatively young LeBeauan as well. We got a whole bunch of contraptions here. You can see his bed.
I never noticed that he lives there.
All kinds of things. Microscopes. He's got a whole lab set up.
I do think the shadows are a little harsh. Kind of hard to read some of the details a little bit.
I make do with what I have. I'm all alone out here. Here you go. Variable G offset modulator.
Oh, that's what Rad was looking for.
I appreciate it. Really need is to find my friends.
Just fucking puts it in his pocket.
That would be Cthulhu.
He does say it out loud.
That would be Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
That would be Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
Repeat offender.
Why did you come back to Anartransil when
This background was very zoomed in. Those are some thick outlines.
That's all there is to it. I learned that from reading about you.
I love that the shadows are very consistent with the lighting. It's never stated, but Cthulhu is a worshiper of Dagon himself, like the Ben 10 Dagon. And that's supposed to be exemplified through the squid patterns on the walls, the little Dagon head here, which I pointed out earlier. These kinda resemble Esoterica.
He's right behind you!
His color scheme is also supposed to be esoteric as well. So it's like it's all but said. The pieces are there. I still don't think I would have even noticed though if it wasn't pointed out to me. It's so subtle. Scout, use your howl.
Who's the photographer who takes the pictures of Spider-Man?
Great idea!
Spider-Man!
Tendrils are definitely longer than the ones he shot at him. So is he forcibly stretching Cthulhu? Or is Cthulhu allowing it to exit him so that he can still stay stationary in the center of the field? Because this is very long. This is not what he threw at Crash Hopper. That was a cool way to defeat him. So now they're gonna slap the energy cuffs on him and take him in, right?
Get back to my ship.
I'm already sick of this planet.
Seems like it's a different time of day. Everything has a more purplish hue than the blue, and it's a bit brighter. But even the daytime is very dark and dreary here. It's more gothic than scary. They're very close type of aesthetics. I wish it was a little bit more creepy. I want more spookiness from a nerd, but it looks so good. I love that even though Ghost Freak can fly, it looks like he's walking out. Look at him stay ground level and kind of shuffle
He's like
a bit.
Jostling his stick, yeah.
Yeah. They do a very subtle shadow reveal here too, if you look really closely.
Ghost Freak!
You remember me, Blizzard, our old friend.
Jingle all the way!
He really looks so Christmassy.
It is good to be back!
He's voiced by the original voice actor, but he does a completely different performance.
Take care of the boy. I don't want anything to interfere with our plans. I hate the Vladats even more than I hate you. Enough! We need to prepare for the launch. Put him somewhere safe.
I'm not putting shade on Michael Dorn as an actor, but why even get him back if he's not going to do the same voice? Like, who's going to care?
I think the reason is there was a confusion during the UAF era. During UAF, the only reason he even shows up is because that one king, that guy passes his brain into Victor's body, and then when Victor speaks, and it's that guy, he has an accent.
Soon the people will once again fear the power of the king. Today, you and your kind will pay the ultimate price for your treason.
So did the accent just stick from that guy? Or in production, they looked at the last episode with him and saw he had an accent and then just didn't double check why he had an accent?
I could believe either of those. Victor probably just got used to like speaking like that and kind of adapted it because King, I think it was King Zurian or something like that. He's gone, he's dead. So if he was the influence for the accent, Victor's doing this shit on purpose. He's like, oh, it's fun.
Victor doesn't speak before the king possesses him in the last episode.
No, he was, in fact, Victor technically doesn't speak at all. He was dead that whole episode. It was his body.
I've so missed hitting things.
And the personality thing a little bit too. Like, I never took classic series Victor as like a violent, hungry man. He was strong and he was a good fighter, but he was very calculated. Him being like, I so missed hitting things. I feel like that's not how he acted at all. It's just like, oh, he's the big strong guy. Of course he likes hitting things. Haha.
I almost feel like it's the king still, because the king was like that.
Well, we see him die. We're about to see him get vaporized right now.
Maybe it just fused them together, because he acts more like the king. He was so happy to have a big, powerful body.
Maybe they fused or something. It's just they do show us the king getting obliterated. I don't know. Let's see the scene.
You'll never get away with it, Ghost Freak. I'm not too clear on what it is, but I'm sure it's evil.
I do like that though. Like, it's just like, oh, it's Ghost Freak. We can't mess around. And he's right.
Your greatest enemy, zs'skayr.
Who's zs'skayr?
zs'skayr is Ghost Freak's real name.
I'll wait till the episode, but this blows everything that happened in From Hidorium to Eternity out of the water.
I always just call them Ghost Freak.
But I never answer to it.
Also false.
That is a lie.
Yeah, that's a straight up lie.
He did it in Ghost Town. He literally just answered to it a few minutes ago.
Ghost Freak!
You remember me, Blizzard. Destroy them.
Immediately.
Breaking things was my favorite part of being a mobile entity.
Next to my research,
At least they reference his intellect.
Let me hear his line one more time.
being a mobile entity.
Because wasn't the king, like, sick and could barely move and stuff like that? Again, this is making me feel like they fused together in his brain.
I would love to believe that theory, but, like, we really do see the king get vaporized on screen. He's not there anymore. Is that even this episode? I feel like it would have happened by now.
You're a duck! Then be a duck.
Okay. Oh, that we've never seen Block telekinetically reform. He's always had a center point and grown from it. This is like reassembling the pieces as if they're vital. It looks cool, but that's very different from how his powers used to work.
After years of setbacks.
I would love to see Big Chill fight zs'skayr because they established in Map of Infinity that intangibility cancels intangibility.
You could also say the same thing with Amphibian.
Yes, yeah. Screw Big Chill. Give Amphibian more scenes. Blocks is animated very well here. Is this the first appearance of the Blocks lobber?
I think so, but each of the explosions are color-coded to what block exploded.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a fun
That's
detail.
good.
Holy shit.
And this is Ledger Domain. I believe this is our first time seeing it. This even more than the Inner System. Put aside, but it's cool for a second. This is fucking wild. It's borderline dumb to me. I'm sorry. Like, I just don't like it. I'm not going opposite-ended like, oh, that means I love UAF's version. We gotta stop doing that, folks. I just don't like this no matter what UA did, period. This is not a dimension that a whole magical society can live in comfortably.
Like how you said, I'm not saying that I love the UAF Ledger Domain. To me, that one makes sense that it's the ruins of a fallen kingdom. This, even though I do like the designs and stuff with how weird and wild it is, it's too far removed. If you were to say, is this Ledger Domain or the Ghost Zone from Danny Phantom? I would say it's the Ghost Zone.
It makes me want to try something out.
That looks like the Ghost Zone.
Yeah.
After you left me trapped in Ledger Domain.
What? When did he leave him trapped in Ledger Domain? Like, that's a very specific thing to say. Maybe you could excuse it because so much has happened off screen, but it's like zs'skayr's like a main bad guy. He's like Vilgax. You want the beat to beat to beat.
Give a little bit of exposition with why he's in Ledger Domain.
I became obsessed with escape.
You see this little thing. Mana, I guess?
I found a way out, but was weak and turned home and regained my title.
Can't believe I didn't catch this the first time. Is zs'skayr in sunlight right now? I know he's intangible right now, but that shouldn't matter. Very odd.
But while arranging transport, I found something in the basement.
And how did Victor even get in the plumber basement? The whole point of his last episode is that the trio couldn't interfere anymore because it was outside of Plumber's jurisdiction.
Plumbers can only arrest aliens.
We don't have any legal authority. King Victor is the rightful monarch of Zarkovia.
You made a terrible enemy this day.
So him being directly in possession of the plumbers is strange because they went so far to show King Zarian and everything and really tie this to Victor the Spoils. Yet this is a big detail to get wrong if you're trying to honor continuity. Then again, even though Gwen says
We don't have any legal authority.
Plumbers can only arrest aliens.
they do arrest Dr. Animo all the time, who is human. I don't know, I'm getting a lot of thoughts now that I'm editing this. A really cool visual battling for Victor's consciousness. This is a full throttle, just like they don't even bother explaining what's happening here.
I know when I saw this, because I didn't finish UAF before I watched Omniverse through, I didn't know what the hell was happening in this scene. I was like, is this like a human version of Zeke?
If any of y'all saw Omniverse before anything else, what did you think was happening here? Please leave a comment. Also, you can see some of the ridges of zs'skayr's neck on the back of his head. That's not right. Yeah, so there he goes.
Passing near enough to my home system.
I wish Omniverse brought back the cracked eyes of being possessed.
You happen to be aboard the same ship, a bonus. Because of you and your friend, I will reclaim my throne. A Penner Transel.
Okay.
Yeah, if he's reclaiming it, then I guess he did have established power at one point.
Loser.
It's very rare Rook finds a good match. Not even a match, it's very rare Rook finds someone that can like really take him down. His regular martial arts in Ravana Kai just is nothing compared to his strength. But even then, Rook has a good recovery here. He's like, whoop! So I don't think Scout ever uses his powers. This is one of the most famous in-betweens, because he very briefly resembles Shrek. Whenever people bring up mid-transformation frames, it's usually this one or the Humongousaur one.
It's electricity.
It's another instance where just because you have the power of manipulating something doesn't mean you have an invulnerability to it. Like, you can shoot a gun, but you're not bulletproof.
saying that because you're a bad guy.
Oh yeah, he's still doing the whole tropes throughout the episode sort of thing. Maybe it's because Ben feels like he has so much control over the battle and situation that he didn't do this in the first place. He could have saved a lot of trouble. Are they just siding against Ben here, or are they also followers of zs'skayr?
The monster that attacked me in the street!
How does he recognize him, though? The Omnitrix logo, I guess? Also, all the other ectonurites in the crowd should be burning up, too.
Yeah, wait a second.
They're fine. This guy right here, is he more powerful than zs'skayr?
I know this human looks different from us. He may be one of the less ugly ones. Shame on you all!
I kind of do like how this is played for laughs. I don't think this is something I'd be able to take seriously, so I'm glad they're not even trying. It's a neat message, but it didn't feel like this is really what the episode was about. It was kind of a background thing, so I don't need a payoff for it. You know, wrap it up, make it funny. All right.
Is a hero! Mr. Gross is sorry.
This guy, too, is great. Maybe it's just because he's always in the front, but I like him. His little hat and his mustache.
I got plenty of human friends.
Wait, did one guy just say I have plenty of human friends?
I got plenty of human friends.
That's a good joke.
They look like that, and they call me a monster? Bolts in their necks, fangs. You're nervous, some people, huh? Non-people, I mean.
No, I don't like this. They made an effort to mend one side of this, where the monsters are understanding now, or making an effort. Be like, you know what, Scout, maybe you're right. And it was successful in the fact they walked away. But here, the second they ease up on Ben, Ben's still just like, nope, they're monsters though, fuck them. Next episode, he's got what's coming to him. They made their effort, he's still just like, yeah, but they're fucking monsters though.
You are just stubbornly refusing to accept the point we are trying to make here.
I am literally not even hearing you right now.
Where's the part?
This little beauty?
It was in your pocket while you were fighting people, and fine.
He was getting thrown around a lot, too. It would have been more believable if he took it out of the pocket and it got crushed during the fight.
Also, upgrade, jury rig, gray matter.
Hold me back, Rook.
So after so long, I hate to start off the breakdown with a bit of negativity, but I will say the plot is the weakest part of this episode. I'm only gonna give it a 2. It does suffer that part 1 setup syndrome, where they can't really pay off a lot of the things that they're introducing. But aside from briefly being captured by Cthulhu, there's no self-contained fun adventure for us to experience here, as we wait for the zs'skayr arc to play out. I would have loved at least one more element to tie this episode together. I feel like that could have been the monsters versus humans / the rest of the universe thing, but the way it was handled so far, I actually think it was best to not go full throttle with that. The plot of this episode is very unimpressive. It's a fetch quest that ends with them succeeding, but Ben screws it up in the last 10 seconds. That also feels a little bit lazy. Him accidentally breaking the device during the battle was right there. Having Ben drop it in like the last 10 seconds of the episode makes it seem like they had a whole episode, but then needed something to happen to keep things going. The whole thing just kind of felt sloppy in terms of the story. And yeah, with the monsters, it does seem like they were brushing against a stroke of commentary, but didn't quite break the barrier, which is fine, but it leaves the plot feeling extremely thin. Nothing else really makes up for the lack of major plot development or character exploration, aside from the visuals, that is, but that's its own category. In the end, it felt like a lot of fluff, sort of like a fistful of brains. Scout was definitely the standout character here. He had a very interesting backstory. It was neat seeing a Loboan with that kind of personality, and I like that he had a few moments with Rook, albeit very briefly. Ben is so inconsistent at this point that most of the time I don't even bother judging it anymore, but even taking it at face value, his attitude was aggressively stubborn. While usually his negative qualities are ignorance or ego or misunderstandings, this is him straight up refusing to see anything different.
You are just stubbornly refusing to accept the point we are trying to make here.
I am literally not even hearing you right now.
Even with those he originally had conflict, were willing to put things aside. It's not great to watch, and by now you really want to expect more out of Ben. We pretty much hammered out how Dr. Victor is just not the same character anymore. If they're willing to replace the wolf in the mummy, I don't know why they didn't just replace him too. They all but did, aside from the names. zs'skayr is very hard to screw up, so they nailed that pretty well, and everyone else is just there. The visuals, of course, were a 5. In my personal taste, I would like it to be a little more spooky, not just gothic and creative. But that's definitely a personal take. The designs were fantastic. Some of them do break the immersion a little bit, but that's kind of the standard of the show now. But with the amazing artwork we get, at least it's an equal trade. Importance, it does get a 5, not just because it's a main arc though, but the whole theme song around it. If you're watching any of the other episodes this season and you're wondering why is it called Galactic Monsters, you might as well see what all the buzz is about. And entertaining, the art is is really good, but frankly put, not everyone appreciates art. Good visuals isn't strong enough to sway the entertainment category entirely. This episode's very trope heavy, it has a weak storyline, and it's mainly just to set up the later episodes. Let's move on to the final thoughts. Yeah, after this whole episode watch through, I still don't get why they marketed this so hard. Hoping I'll understand by Vampire Strikes Back, but it's very doubtful. It's also crazy how Ben didn't use any monster aliens in this episode. It seems like the most obvious move to do. We had a round of polls from last time, where 83% of y'all agree that Animo Crackers was a worthy final episode for Dr. Animo. For the 17 that said no, I'm wondering what your pitch for Animo's final episode would be. Let me know in the comments below. And for both Gutrot and Spanner, everyone's pretty neutral on them, and I agree, they're both elements of Ben 10 that seem pretty cool, but the well's running pretty dry at this point. They both needed a little bit more love and care for them to have the same gravitas as the more famous transformations or characters. And let's wrap things up with the new set of polls. Number 1, which species got your favorite round of civilian designs? My second question is, which direction do you like zs'skayr's face? My third is, do you like how Omniverse handled the Inur system? And lastly, do you think it was worth retitling the show? Let me know what you think in the community tab when these polls go live. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and as always, keep it fizzy. Special thanks to Andrew Analik in the ink cartridge tier, and Elizabeth Susan and Maps in the ink barrel tier. Your contributions greatly help the future of this channel, and we couldn't do it without you. Thanks.